The Academy Awards have returned home to Hollywood with preparations well underway outside the Dolby Theatre ahead of the 94th Oscars ceremony on Sunday. A team of workers were seen rolling out the huge red carpet onto Hollywood Boulevard, ready for the hundreds of A-listers who will be posing in their designer gowns outside the famed theater. This year's ceremony marks a return to the Dolby Theatre, home to the Oscars since it opened in 2001. Last year the global pandemic meant the watered-down ceremony was held at a Union Station in downtown Louisiana with just 170 guests. A year on from the pandemic ceremony, the Oscars are back to their full-scale best, with workers also seen moving huge sculptures and hanging golden drapes outside the Dolby Theatre on Wednesday. For the first time in 3 years the awards will have a host, with Regina Hall, Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes taking the stage for the 8 p.m. ET ceremony. Producer Will Packer said each woman brings something different to the show. Show producers will continue adding names throughout the week, but at the moment stars expected to hand out awards Oscar night include Bill Murray, Lady Gaga, Kevin Costner, Samuel L. Jackson, Zoe Kravitz, Anthony Hopkins, Lily James, Daniel Kaluuya, Mila Kunis, John Leguizamo, Simu Liu, Rami Malek, Lupita Nyong'o and Rosie Perez. On Wednesday the Academy squashed one pre-show controversy by confirming that West Side Story lead Rachel Zegler will be a presenter, a reversal that came after several days of uproar when the actor noted on social media she didn't have an Oscar invite despite her movie earning 7 nominations including Best Picture. Competing against West Side Story in the night's biggest category of Best Picture are Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley and The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog is the presumed frontrunner for Best Picture and Best Director, for Jane Campion, but there is also the possibility that Coda will take the big prize, especially after it won at the Producers Guild Awards. Either way, it'll be the first time a streaming service has won Best Picture. Organizers have promised that they will keep the broadcast to 3 hours. After the 2021 ceremony was criticized for being a 3-hour woke fest, producer Will Packer, whose films include crowd pleasers like Girls Trip, has promised the 2022 ceremony will be as entertaining as possible while still honoring the nominees and winners. The show will flow, not unlike a movie, in that there will be different themes and a different feel and different energy throughout the night, Packer said in an interview with IndieWire. It will not feel or look or sound like one show for 3 hours. It's taking you through the course of this cinematic journey. There has already been some criticism surrounding the decision to present some of the 23 awards before the live broadcast begins and edit them into the show later. The 8 categories are Best Documentary Short, Best Film Editing, Best Makeup/Hairstyling, Best Original Score, Best Production Design, Best Animated Short, Best Live Action Short and Best Sound. These 8 categories will instead be handed out at the Dolby Theatre 1 hour before the live telecast, and then be edited into the live broadcast, according to The Hollywood Reporter. This isn't the first time the Academy has toyed with removing some of its categories from the telecast. The Academy announced in August 2018 that they would not broadcast some of the winners live, but the news was met with such immediate backlash it was quickly abandoned. Both the cancelled move in 2018 and this new shift in the broadcast was approved by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences leadership in the awards committee. A letter sent to Academy members from Academy President David Rubin clarified, They will not be presented in the pre-show nor on the red carpet, as some have speculated. Instead, the in-person ceremony at the Dolby Theatre will begin 1 hour earlier to present 8 awards categories before the live telecast starts. Those presentations will then be edited by our creative and production teams and will be folded seamlessly into the live televised show, the letter added. The letter reiterated that all the nominees in all awards categories will be identified on air and all winners' acceptance speeches will be featured on the live broadcast. Every awarded filmmaker and artist in every category will still have the celebratory Oscar moment they deserve on the stage of the Dolby, facing an enwrapped audience, the letter added. The letter also claimed that, for the viewing audience at home, the show will become tighter and more electric with this new cadence, and the live broadcast should end, yes, with the Best Picture category, at the 3-hour mark. Rubin added the Academy's goal is to find a balance in which nominees, winners, members, and viewing audience all have a rewarding show experience. The news didn't sit well with many fans on Twitter, with many fans bashing the Academy for not focusing on the actual movies they're rewarding. Amazing to me that the Academy has such contempt for filmmakers who aren't actors or directors, said overhated podcast host Scott Weinberg. At Movie News One added, wouldn't it be nice if the Oscars cut out the hour of lame comedy sketches and musical performances and instead celebrated every single winner of an Academy Award equally and included more yearly film celebrations/reels/tributes? And they wonder why their ratings are terrible. New York Times writer Kyle Buchanan shared an excerpt from the Hollywood Reporter piece about keeping the show at 3 hours, adding, the Oscars' obsessive pursuit of the 3-hour mark has never once made the show better. The ceremony changes come after the 93rd Academy Award sunk to a new low with just 10.4 million viewers tuning in. That represented a 56% drop from the ratings in February 2020, when 23.6 million viewers tuned in, which was then also an all-time low. The other big talking point is how or whether to address Russia's assault on Ukraine during the ceremony. It's all about the manner in which it's addressed, said Scott Feinberg, awards columnist for The Hollywood Reporter. If it looks like it's just pandering or lecturing, that's not going to go over well. But if it's heartfelt and meaningful, then I think it will have a different result. On Hollywood's awards season circuit, references to the Ukraine crisis have been a constant theme since the invasion began, from expressions of solidarity with the nation's people to expletive-laden tirades against Vladimir Putin. We stand with the hundreds of thousands of refugees fleeing war, both Ukrainians and other ethnicities and nationalities who are being denied safe harbor, Oscar nominee Kristen Stewart said at the Film Independent Spirit Awards. Host Amy Schumer said she had pitched the idea of inviting Ukraine's President Zelensky to satellite in, or make a tape or something, just because there are so many eyes on the Oscars. While the Academy has not commented, the idea appears to have been mixed, and Schumer conceded that there is definitely pressure in one way to be like, this is a vacation, let people forget, we just want to have this night. For Feinberg, it seems like they realize that that's tone deaf. I mean, Hess dealing with life and death matters here. And yes, Hess a former actor, but it just seems that could have really blown up in their faces, he told AFP. Organizers are thinking hard at the show about how to address it without making their show highly political or divisive, he added. While the Oscar producers may not end up addressing the issue at all, the night's winners are likely to do so anyway. "If I were a betting man, I'd say almost every speech will mention Ukraine and the atrocities that are going on there," said Variety Film Awards editor Clayton Davis.